What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you joining me a little bit early for Sunday Stock Talk today. I have some things to take care of later, so I just wanted to make sure that we got it done and I take my time and give you guys the education you need. So I'll be breaking down all of the live plays this week on SPY, as well as some highlights on the stocks. Just giving you guys a strategy, breaking it down, getting you ready for next week. All right. So if you're ready, let's step into the war zone. All right. So before we start, who do we have in the building today? Let's go ahead and give a shout out. Anybody here? Who do we have? Any Trading Wars Army members in the building? Ramon, what's going on? Trading Wars Army. Roop, what's going on? Good to see you. Who else do we have here? And in the meantime, I'm going to start laying out our map. Okay, so let's start in reverse order. We will start on Friday. So I'm going to hit the replay right there. And the first thing that we need to do always, guys, is draw the previous day's high and low. Okay, so here's our high. Here's our low. All right. So you always need to know where you are in reference to the high or low, because this is what kind of gives you an idea of how you need to trade. Right. So that's what I do. Alicia, Trading Wars Army, good to see you. Delon, what's going on? Jimmy, first time. Good to see you, brother. Ernesto, AV, Trading Wars Army. Todd, Trading Wars Army, good to see you. So on Friday, guys, we actually first candle, let me go ahead and play it for you. Let's go to the 3 minutes so we can look at it closely. Is we open near the top of the range. All right. And because of that, guys, what I was thinking that was going to happen is we were going to break through the high. So let me go ahead and get the triggers and then we'll walk through this. So Friday right here, guys, this was my trigger plan. So I wanted to go long 393.44 and short 387.81. So let me just go ahead and draw that. And the triggers is a way of getting into the trade early, right? It allows us to get into the trade a little bit earlier instead of waiting for the high or the low of the previous day to break. And then our short was 387.81. All right. So we kind of have our map here. So this is our map. Here's our upper end. Here's our lower end. All right. So right away on Friday, guys, I went long right on this yellow line. So I tried immediately. We did take a little bit of heat here and then we started to come back. And what I did here, guys, is I did a V trigger. So I added here once. And then when we came back again through it, I added again. Okay. So right here, I added again. I'll show you. We pop through. Boom. So right there. Okay. And what I did is when we made a new high of the day, so this was the original high of the day. When we made a new high of the day, I scaled out 50% of my position right away. Right. And then I thought we were going to continue higher and start to squeeze through, but that's not what happened. And right after we reversed. So I got away with a small loser on that. So I wasn't too disappointed, but I was ready and I loaded up twice in case we were to break straight through. Okay. And let me just show you the live commentary there. So let me just show you that. All right. Okay. So I'll go all the way to Friday and then I'll walk you guys through. Okay. So we started off right here, guys. So long trigger looking for 393.80 first target. I want to see the long trigger move. And then I said, I'm trying to be patient and then release the rockets. And then here we go, bulls. I'm adding the V trigger. Let's go. I need a new high of day ASAP. And then we got the high of the day and I took 50% off. But then after that, we reversed quickly, which was okay because I also had the short ready right here. Okay. So let's continue. So it's pretty crazy because we came all the way back down to our short trigger. We filled it right there and boom, we flushed. So thankfully, we got back in on the short trigger and we were able to remake any profits that we lost there. It was nice. So that's the way triggers go. You have to be able to just see what's like. If it's not working, you have to kill the position. You don't want to hold, like when you're long up here, you don't want to hold it all the way till here, right? That's going to be a loser for sure. So I always give my commentary on how I'm trying to manage this one. The short trigger down here was exceptionally clean. And then we also had a retest of the previous day's low, the red line. So it's always good to have those lines because it gives you an idea of where we're going. So the short trigger came back. So Alicia right here, I made money on that short trigger. Awesome. And I lost in that area. Yep. On the first, same thing happened to me. So that was really, really nice. All right. Hit me with the 10 if you followed me. So that was Friday on SPY. And also I'm going to show you is we had some lotto plays on SPY. Not on SPY, sorry. On other stocks, we had AMD and HD lottos. So I'm going to walk you guys through that right now. But just hit me with a 10 real quick. If you guys seen that, you're all good with that. All right. I don't know why my screen froze a little bit here. All right. Okay. So the other thing that I did here, guys, was I did AMD and HD. Okay, so let's start off with HD because this is one of my lotto plays. So I'm gonna just walk you through. So in the stock room, I have lotto plays that I do on Friday, and I just try to throw out good lotto plays that I see. So we took HD on Friday, long at 281.19. So let me explain that to you and how that works. All right. So the first thing that we had here, guys, is how do you make the yellow lines? Those are my custom triggers. They're based on Fibonacci and average true range. It's a formula that I use. All right. So let's go ahead here and I'm going to hit the replay. So I'm just going to walk you through. Okay. All right. So what I have here is I'm going to draw this here horizontal line. This is Home Depot's low and high from Thursday. Okay. So there's your low and your high. So we're in this box. So let me go ahead and draw this box because this is kind of my lotto strategy here. And I'm just going to share it with you guys. So this is the box of the previous day's range. All right. So just hit me right there with a 2 if you're following me right there. Mauricio, what's going on? Trading Wars Army in the building. Hit me with a 2 because I want to go slow on this. All right. So what I'm trying to do here is I know this box is the range of the previous day, right? So I'm looking for an opportunity to get cheap calls. So where would I be able to get cheap calls? Where would I be able to get cheap calls? Well, I'm looking actually right here on this 50% extension because if we come all the way down here, do you think that these calls will be cheap? Hit me with a 7. If we come all the way to this 50%, do you think that the calls will be cheap? And one of the reason I used this 50% extension was because it lined up exactly with this low. Okay, this previous low. So we had a lot of confluence. We had the calls at the 50%, which potentially lined up with this previous support. So anytime I see plays like that, those give me more confidence in taking lottos. All right. So let's go ahead and walk through now. So I don't care what's happening in the box, right? That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm waiting for it to come to me. And look, we came here, we tagged the 50% right there. Okay. So this is when we made the announcement. Hey, we're going to try lotto calls, 281.19 full risk. So with lottos, you pretty much always do full risk because it's very hard to manage it with the stop loss because the days to expire, there's 0 days to expire, and it's very difficult to actually control the movement. Okay. So you just kind of, whatever you put in, that's what you're willing to lose. So we came here, guys. We took a little bit of heat initially right here, but we popped and then we came back down to the 618. And then from here, this is where we picked up straight into the close right there. All right. So that was a nice one. Okay. So if you were just taking the initial scalp bounce, that's probably about 20, 30%. And if you held it right through and you could have even added one more time when we came back down here, this one was at least 60, 70%. I never look at pre-market high or low just because sometimes it's just makes your chart too messy. Why would you wait for it to reach such a low level? Because I'm looking for a deal. That's why. Because I'm waiting for it to come down low so the calls will be cheap. I'm not looking for, I don't care if it's going to be right or wrong. What I'm looking for is a good deal. That's the style of trading that I have. I'm always looking to make I'm looking to get something at a discount in order to make money. Alicia, as a new trader, should we have expected the run late on Friday? Yeah, Friday is very volatile. It's extremely volatile, and a lot of times we do have afternoon rallies. So that's another reason as well why I was looking for that. Not all the time, but those are the odds you play. All right, let's continue. So the next one we had was AMD. So AMD, I shared this one on the public Twitter. Let me just go ahead and pull this up right here. AMD was one that I shared with everyone. It was a really, really nice play. So let me find it right here. So this was the AMD post that I did on midnight. So I did this on midnight Thursday. So Friday, basically Friday morning, midnight, right before. And what I found here on AMD was a blue raindrop. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Let me pull this up right now. 1 second here, guys. And I'll just show you the reasoning behind that. So I'm trying to incorporate more of the blue raindrops in my trades as well. So let me go ahead and take this off here. So AMD, if I switch it right here, if I go to the daily, okay, and then I go to the raindrops. So you could see that we had this very tight blue raindrop, and it was right after an outside bar. Okay, so this is basically a holy grail. All right, and from here, guys, we broke the low, sold off. This one right here, this AMD play went for about 560 or 66%, something like that, at the very low. So it was a really, really nice play. And the level that I used was 95.41, and that's my level right here, 95.41. If you wanted to, you could have just gotten in at the opening range breakout, which is another one of our strategies. So AMD was a nice one. So it's been 4 weeks in a row that I've given multi-baggers. I'm talking about like 500% plus, guys. So this was one that I gave to the community. And it was a really, really nice one. So hit me with a 10 if you follow me on those lottos. Hit me with a 10 if you also made some money off of AMD. I know a lot of you did. Do you play 3-minute orb for other stocks or just SPY? Yeah, definitely. Yep, 3-minute orb, you can always play that. It's a good risk reward. What's the Nirvana? I have a video on that, brother. Take a look. Yeah, so the strike that you used, you could use any strike. The reason that I was looking for 97 is for an orb entry. Okay, so sometimes, like I say, the opening range breakout, you can get in on that, right? You don't have to wait for the line to break, because we know that AMD had a blue raindrop, so we know the next day it's going to be volatile, right? So if we enter right here on this low, the next strike is 97. That makes sense. Okay. All right, so let's go. So that was SPY. Let's go to Thursday now. So I got to speed it up a little bit. So let's go here. Boom, hit the replay. And let me walk you through. So again, we're going to draw our low right there. And we're going to start off with a 3-minute chart. All right. So first candle comes in right here, guys. And what is this? This is a gap down. Okay. So this is a gap down. So what do I like to do on any type of gap is I like to use the opening range breakout. So I'm going to walk you through this. So let me go ahead back to Thursday and I'll walk you through. Okay, so here we go. So this is the 19th. So let me walk you through exactly what happened. Let me bring this over here. All right. Okay. So anytime we have this gap like this, and I'm expecting volatility, and as you guys know, I always post the morning kind of like vibes that I'm getting for SPY, like what I'm thinking is going to happen. So make sure you read that. So let me just give you an example, because I always kind of try to show you guys what I'm expecting. So here was an example from Friday. Good morning, friends. SPY gapping up, expecting a lot of volatility, so size down. So that's what happens on a gap. Normally, I expect some volatility because I know that anyone that went short, for example, will want to take profits, but there'll also be an opportunity to buy the dip. All right, so I went here with the orb. So I'm going to try the 3-minute orb here, guys. Long target hit, boom, send the rockets, bam, bam, bam. This one was an easy trade. It was really, really clean. So let me walk you through how I did it. So what I like to do here is when you're taking an opening range breakout, what you're doing is you're waiting for the high to break or the low to break. That's it. And if we break the high, you go long. If we break the low, you go short. You don't have a bias. You play what the chart gives you. And what I do is I take a fib and I stack it on the candle. So here's my fib from low to high like this. So we broke the high right there. That's where we got in long on Discord. And then we popped up and we hit that full extension. That's it. So whenever I'm taking these orbs, what I like to do is use these targets as my extension. So first target 272, right there. And then I go for the 50. And then I put the stop loss to break even. And then I scale out on all of these all the way up to the 1. And I always leave a runner. Once I get up here, I leave a runner at break even just to see if we can really, really crush it. So that's orb. Like that's a perfect orb right there, right? So make sure you guys take a picture of this one. Like that's how you would want to see an orb. Just break through, go to the measured move, and then get your stops up. All right. Hit me with the 7 if you're following me there. And right after the orb, we had the short trigger. So let me show you that. So it was really nice because it was like a combo. We had our orb took us to the short trigger. And then from there, we reversed back down. So our short plan was 391.88. So let me just draw that one right here. Okay, so horizontal line. So 391.88. So like I said, so this one, it didn't pierce the level. But what it did do is at the level right here, we had an inverted hammer. And that's what I teach you guys about candlestick confirmation, right? So sometimes you don't have to wait for it to touch the level, but if you see the candlestick pattern, right, then you can you can take that. Okay, because that way you have like a visual confirmation. So when we broke the orb here, we got our measured move, and then we had this inverted hammer right below our trigger. So we could see visually that the shorts were coming in, and then boom, see that? So that was really nice. So that was like a 1-2 punch on Thursday. Really clean, back to back. You know, you have to be nimble when you trade, right? You have to be able to adapt. Like don't just think you can only go long or you can only go short. You got to mix it up. That's how you make the most money when you're a day trader. All right. Hit me with a 10 if that makes sense. AV 3-minute orb is very profitable. Loving it. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. So that was clean. Very clean. All right. Let's continue. All right. Now this one is going to be a nice one. You guys are going to like this one. All right. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to draw the low. So that's the low right there that we're playing off of. This was Wednesday. All right. This was the trade. This Wednesday trade was the trade that paid for the whole week. And every week, there's always going to be like one trade that just really blows you away and makes you a shit ton of money, basically. All right. So focus on this yellow line. This is the low right here. Rick's right here. Rich is the best teacher in the game. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. So let's go ahead here and let's draw our trigger, 403.18. I want you to pay attention to this one. I really do, because this one could change your life. Because you'll see how much money we were able to make on this trade. All right. So 403.18 was our line in the sand, right? And here is the previous day's low. And let's just block some haters out here. That's always going to be. So right here is a 3-minute. So we broke this right off the bat. Okay. And right here, guys, I went short. And what I noticed is that we popped down here. I got a first target, and then we came back up and I killed it. I killed it right there. All right. And I was like a little bit nervous here because I thought that maybe the bulls were defending the previous day's low. So I was waited patiently, and then we got this. So this is what we call a V trigger. Okay. So a V trigger is you break it, you come back up and you break it again. So this is the V trigger right here. So this is how you play around a level. If you don't want to like just hold it, you can get in and get back out. You can get in and get back out, right? You could V. That's what I call the V. We're in, we're out, we're in, back in again. And then we came back in again here, guys, and boom. So that was beautiful. So let me walk you through that one. All right. So that's a V trigger. So that's how, if you want to play defensive, if you're not sure, you want to play defensive, you can kill it. And then if it reconfirms and breaks that level again, you can take it. So look, watch here. Short trigger filled. First target 402.88 for short, hoping to add the short on the orb. Let's see. Boom. So I said I killed it for a tiny loss. We'll reset. Anyone up for a V trigger? And everybody in the room is going crazy because they know the V trigger is usually powerful. So we went again short right there. Need a new low of the day. Cover, boom. And that one was a flush. Let me show you that. Let me fast forward. So we were all the way up here, guys. It's crazy. So this trade was a beauty. Turned into like a 300, 400, 500%. It all depends on how far out you went with the options, or if you took futures easily, you know, it depends. Let's look at the points, okay? Because a lot of people trade futures as well with me. So let's look at the points on that. So where is that? We got to go on the 5. It is right here, I believe. Yes. So just playing that, guys, you know, let's just take this. That's an easy 100 points. Okay, let's just be conservative. Let's go halfway. Easy 100 points. Really, really nice. All right. So there we go. So that was our money trade of the week. And sometimes you're gonna have that one, and that was the one. And I really hope you guys learned something on the V trigger concept. And if you actually look on the 5-minute chart, guys, you actually see an outside bar here. So I know some people were telling me in the room that they did that instead, and that's totally fine as well. So we had an outside bar here, and if you look a little bit down, we actually have a nirvana that worked as well. So sometimes if you want to wait for the candlesticks, you can as well. But just remember, if you wait for the candlesticks, sometimes you're going to get in late, and that might mess up your profitability, but you also have that little assurance of, well, I can visually see it. So that was the big boy of the week. Hit me with a 10 if you understand me there, if that was all good. That's a V trigger. We've been talking about that many times. Why do I choose 403.18? Check out some of my older videos, brother. I keep explaining this one. The trigger levels are levels that I have. It's a mathematical formula. It's based on the average true range of SPY and the Fibonacci. It's something I created. I should patent it. I should actually patent it so people will stop copying me on it. I should. But it's all good. I don't have time for that. Anyways, let's continue. So then we had the 17th. This one was a bad boy too. So we go to the 3-minute and let's begin again. Okay. So here was our high. First candle up here. Okay. Big bearish candle right off the bat. So let me ask you, what do you think I did? What do you think I did that day, guys? What do you guys think? Well, same thing, guys. I don't change my strategy. We gapped up, orb, always. But I added a little twist and you'll see. So we started off with the orb right here. So we broke this line. So let me pull this up a little bit. We broke the low. That's our first short entry. Then I noticed we started popping back up here. So what did I do? This is where, it goes from regular trader to advanced. I took the Fibonacci from the high to the low. And right here on the 618, I added again to the short. So I'm already short right here. I added again to the short, and there we go. That's how your profitability triples, or 4 or 5 times. Because what I did here is I started off with the orb, and I saw it not really moving much. Instead of killing it, I waited. We came back up, added one more time on the 618, and then we flushed. And that was beauty. And if you look at this closely, you can see we came to the 50% extension. That whole day of SPY was all Fibonacci, just right off the bat. So let me walk you through. It was all just fib after fib. So you can see here. So I started. All right, guys, size down if you need. I expect a lot of volatility. Going to try the 3-minute orb. Triggers 403.33 for a retest. I'm going to show you that one too. Actually, let me draw that. Okay, I'll draw that after. So 3-minute IB looking here, boom. So I started off here short, and then you see here, I drew the fib right here, morning leg fib, took the 618 as well, trying short again, stops at high of day, send me the red, bam. So that was a beauty. That was a beauty. Okay. And then in the Fibonacci room, so you'll see in the Fibonacci room, so I have a separate channel where we draw Fibonacci all day long because that's the number one thing that people want to learn. So we draw it all day long. So let me just go back to the day because I'll show you. Let me switch over to the 5-minute. So that leg, guys, like it's kind of, you can't even really see it on the 5-minute, but on the 3-minute, it was clear. So sometimes when you go to the lower time frames, you'll see them as well a little bit clearer. So here was the 17th. All right. So right after this, dairy drew up the next one. Okay. So this was the next one right here. Okay. So from high to low, and check this out again. We came, this time we went a little bit deeper to the 786, and the same thing happened, guys. We rolled over and made a new low. It's beautiful. It was just fib after fib after fib. And then even, guys, if you draw this fib here, this is what we call the sequence right there. There's another one right there, 786. And if you draw from the bull side as well, there's a fib right there as well. See, so this one, it was just fibbing because the algorithm was trying to figure out what it wanted to do, right? It wanted where it wanted to go. And then the last thing that we had on this day, guys, was the trigger. It came back again. So let me go ahead and draw that for you. Trigger. And I tell a lot of people, look, if you want to just focus on one thing, play around the trigger levels, play around the trigger levels and just wait. So our long plan here was 403.33. So let me draw that again. Okay. So we came back in, we tagged our long trigger. This is what we call a retest. So a lot of people ask me, Rich, what do we do when we gap above our trigger? Well, we wait for the retest. There's your retest right there. Okay. And let me show you. There's your retest. And there's your winner. Beautiful. Very clean. I love that day. I love that day, Tuesday. because on Monday I had a slow start, and I'll show you that last right there. That Monday's our last day right there. Hit me with a 9 if you follow me there, guys. Hit me with a 9. And I just want to give a heads up, and I want to do a thank you for my mods, my brother, for everybody that's contributing to the Fib channel, because everyone has been asking me, Rich, I need to see the Fibs in real time, blah, blah, blah. And we've been drawing them like every single day for the SPY. And then in the stock room, we've been drawing them as well. And these have been paying, like the AMD one has been paying. I'm going to actually go back and do this AMD one for you guys so I can show you how to use the afternoon leg. All right. So basically, if you think about it, right, Tuesday and Wednesday, they paid for the week. That was it. You could have done anything else on Monday, Thursday, and Friday and still made money as long as you are following risk management. All right. Really nice. That's how it is a lot of the times. Sometimes you just have one good day and that's it. Like when Derry trades the triple fibs, if he hits it one day, that pays him for the whole month basically, because he's making 17 times his money. And that's how I want you to think. I don't want you to think you have to be right every day, because if you get obsessed with that, then you feel negative when you lose. But the truth is, and I mean, a lot of people in the community, they want to make you feel that they're right every day, and they make you think you should be right every day, right? But that's what's going to end up broke, because you're going to start chasing. But some days you don't have an edge. And when you're not winning, when you're not making money, you need to know how to walk away. That's probably the most important thing. All right. Hit me with a 10 if you've been in that situation before, where you feel like you have to win every day, and that's one of the reasons you overtrade. And I've been there. So let me know. How long do you wait until you draw your fibs? We have a morning leg, which is about 15 to 30 minutes after the open. Then we have an afternoon leg, which is about an hour and a half. So those are the two legs that we draw. You'll see them live in the room. All right, guys. Okay, and then on Monday was actually a really waste day for me. So didn't make any money really at all. So there we go. So here's the low and the high, and I'll replay. Boom. Okay, so the first thing is we opened inside and we were in the middle. And I was already skeptical that we're in the middle, so I think we're gonna chop. And we got this outside bar here, and I gave this one a shot. I got long right when we broke the high, you could see right there, and then I just got stopped out. So right when that happened, I called it, because I knew that I don't want to trade while we're in here, because I know we're probably going to go back and forth. And if you look at the price action on the day, that's pretty much what we did. One good play that we had was Derry drew up the afternoon fib right here, which was from this low to high like this. And you can see that we barely saved the low of the day. We came around the 786. We put it in an outside bar. And then let me just fast forward. We tagged that 786 multiple times, and then we kind of went higher. But this is probably what kills most people's accounts, right? Because in this part of the day, this is basically the first 4 hours of the day, you're trading in this middle whipsaw. So anytime I see that, and whenever that happens, I take a loss and walk away, because I know I don't want to battle a day of chop, right? And a lot of the times we get stuck in the fact that we have to win. And it's hard for me, trust me, because I have my room. I have people that are expecting me to have a winner every day. It's even harder for me, but I always know when to walk away because I have a system. So on Monday, I tried the outside bar. It didn't work. I walked away. That's it. You know, like, yeah, I'm going to have people that are going to like, hey, Rich, what about this? What about this? But you have to know your edges. You have to know your edges, guys. You need to know your edges. And when we open in the middle, it's very hard to have an edge. Very hard. And you give it a shot to see if maybe that's the day it's going to go crazy. But if it doesn't, you cut your loss. You risk one bar. So I risked this outside bar. That's my stop. Once it got taken out, I'm done. So risk one bar at a time. That way I don't blow up my account. All right. Hit me with a 10 if that makes sense. All right. So I want to do two things. I want to talk about the fib room. We're going to do AMD real quick. I'm going to show you this. So here's AMD on the 19th. So let's go to the 19th and I'll walk you through. All right. So here's an example of how you can use the afternoon Fibonacci. Okay. So you can see over here, we drew this around 12. So here's your low and our high. We have our anchor 1 and our 2, and we have our zones. So our golden zone is between the 50 to the 786, and our short zone is on the extensions. All right, so let's do AMD. So I'll draw it up again. So here was our low, here was our high, right? And then you can see, guys, so when you can see we came to the 618 and the 50 and we popped. And this is something that I want to teach you guys. It's you can scalp the fib levels. You can scalp them. So you can take fib to fib, fib to fib, fib to fib. That's like you don't have when it comes to fib, you're betting on a reaction. You don't have to go for a home run. You can, but what I like to do is we come, we tag it, we pop, I put the stop loss to break even. I take some profits. So like here on the 618, we get filled, we pop back up, stop loss goes to break even. We keep, we keep taking shots. Keep taking shots. You take some profits, you put your stop loss to break even, and you see maybe you're going to catch the big pop. And that's what we do with the fib. We know there's going to be a reaction. We don't know how powerful, but we know there's a real likely chance there's going to be a reaction. Sometimes we flush right through, like we just go straight down, but that doesn't really happen a lot. All right, but it does. So you have your stop loss, you take from fib to fib, put your stop loss protecting, and then sometimes you're going to have the afternoon push where we just continue and make a new high in the day. All right. Does that make sense? So that's what we're trying to do with the fib room and keep drawing them for you guys. Hit me with a 7 if that makes sense. So the whole point of it is this. Let's look at Visa. Here's another one. So Visa. What we're trying to do is here, guys, is basically don't make you chase. Wait for you to actually come and get a good deal. That's my philosophy in trading, is get a good deal. Okay, so here is Visa. So I haven't touched the anchors here. This is how they were drawn and posted in the room like this. Okay, so here's an example. So we know our golden zone short is right up here. Okay, we know our golden zone long is over here. So Visa, we had this move during the day. We came back. We didn't even get to the 50. So we don't want to chase the long. We don't want to chase it because we don't feel comfortable buying it near the top because we're not going to get a good risk reward. So what do we do instead? Well, when we come into our short zone, look, we have our confirmation candle on the 272, this big bearish candle. We could take that down instead. So what I'm trying to do is teach you the ways of getting good deals. It's a good deal to short at the high of the day because the puts are going to be a good price. It's a good deal to buy the dip on the calls when it's coming back down into the golden zone. That's my whole philosophy, okay? Hit me with a 4 if that makes sense. Hit me with a 4 if that makes sense, and a 4 for the 4 horsemen. Does that make sense? So when we're coming into our extensions, I want to short. I don't care if it works. What I care about is if I'm right, I'm going to make a lot of money. If I'm wrong, I'm getting a paper cut. That's it. That's the philosophy. It's not about win rate. It's about getting a good deal. It's like you're buying a pair of Nikes for at Five Below for $5. Then you can go ahead and sell those Nikes back for $30. All right? Does that make sense? Everything that I do, all these levels are from my back testing. It's from my own experience. Okay? 7 going on to 8 years of trading. That's why I have all these zones. I test them like a mad scientist. I create them. I just keep plugging away until I think I have an edge. And then I trade my own money to see if it's profitable. All right? Here we go. Boom. Rick's T. Welcome to the Trading Wars Army. Guys, let's welcome Rick, our brother right here. Send him a Trading Wars Army Spy VIP. Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining the army today. I appreciate you. All right. So that's the philosophy there, guys. That's what I'm trying to do. So the last one I wanted to talk about was Tesla, because Tesla was one of my big plays today. Not today, this week. So let me just go ahead and show you this. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is let's go and find my Tesla. Let's go and find my Tesla post. So this is a little trick that I learned that you can do. You can just search it up here. So this was Tesla. So $1,200 on Tesla. That was my profit. Let me just walk you through because I feel like I've been hitting on Tesla a lot lately. About time I joined. Rich has given me much knowledge. I appreciate you and the time every day. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here all the time. It helps when I see that we got a good turnout. It makes me motivated to keep teaching you guys. All right. So Tesla. So this was off of the inside bar, and I made $1,200 profit on Tesla. So let me just walk you through this. Okay. This is like my stock style of trading. So it's different than SPY, but these days, guys, I have a lot of trades going on these days. Because SPY, it does its own thing, but the stocks, I trade those as well. All right. Okay, so this was the inside bar that I called out on the 17th of May. All right, so you could see it right here. This was the inside bar on Tesla right down here, and these were our levels. So we wanted to go short 732.41. So let me go ahead and get my level here. So I'm going to replay this. I just want to walk you through this, and we're going to wrap this up, okay? All right, so think about this. We just look at the previous patterns for Tesla. Generally with an inside bar, there's a likeliness of volatility, right? We see, big moves, sometimes not so much, but most of the time there's a gap, there's something kind of big happening after that. So I'm using that to my knowledge. I'm using that as, hey, this means Tesla has a chance to make a big move. Okay. So what I did here, guys, is we have this inside bar, and then if you come to the bonus pick and trade plans, I always post plans. So these are the plans that I love to use to automate my trades. So Tesla for me, I put it in my broker and let the broker do the work. That's pretty much it. Okay. So let me go ahead and get Tesla. Where are you? Why can't I find you? Intel, Apple, Nvidia, Tesla. Here we go. Okay, so my short plan was 73241. All right, so let me go ahead and draw that in. All right, so we know on the daily chart we have the inside bar. So we know we're likely to have some kind of volatility. So let me draw my lines. So 73241, that's my downside. And the upside where I'm looking to go long is 760.92. All right. Okay. So this is like what you have on your chart before the market opens. You have your levels. Okay. Ready? Hit me with a 2 right now if you're following me. So we start, the beginning of the story is that Tesla has an inside bar. So it's like a movie. So it has an inside bar. We know that it wants to do something. It wants to make a move because that whole day, that inside bar, we consolidated, we killed option premiums, we did nothing, we went left to right. And because of that, a lot of people are trapped in the trade, a lot of people are disappointed, a lot of people are anxious, etc. So we come in the next day and we look to get in on the next big move. Okay. So here we go. Here's your first bar. We start to pop up initially, but notice this one kind of gives me chills. Our entry is 760.92. The high was 760.50. So we came within 40 cents of getting filled on the long side, but right after that we reversed. And that's why I have my levels in specific places. All right. And what you'll see here, guys, is we also had a nirvana at the top of the range, right? And the nirvana is a part of my books, right? If you get my books, you get that one for life. So the nirvana was actually the better entry. You could have gotten in earlier, but I had this automated, so I waited until we broke the line. So here we go. So we flush through this yellow line, guys. We pop up just a little bit, and then we squeeze lower. And let me just play this out for the whole week, okay? So remember, this yellow line is our entry. Let me play this out. Boom. Okay? So look at this, guys. And something that's actually crazy is check this out. Some people have been telling me about this. So this is our entry on the short side. I locked in 1200. So I locked in right here. I didn't continue. But check this out, guys. We come back and we tag the same level the next day and flush again. That I just wanted to show you guys that because I thought that was crazy as hell. And it's all Fibonacci based. You know what I mean? It's all Fibonacci. And it just shows you. It shows you that there's more than just human beings trading this. It's robotic, it's mathematical. And obviously it has to be, because when we're dealing with high frequency trading, we're dealing with hundreds of millions of billions of dollars. It's not going to be somebody sitting down at Starbucks making these moves, right? So the robots need the math. They need the percentages in order to play that. So that was a nice one. And I also shared that one for free on Twitter. All right. So make sure you follow the Twitter because I always share free picks. Always, 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 always. All right. 40 minutes in. I want to thank you, my friends, for your time on this Sunday. Well, it was a great week. I'm very happy about it. Let's see if we can finish off May very strong. Um, I'm not going to go too crazy, but I will be going crazy enough in order to make some money. But I'm definitely not going to be doing anything stupid because I already up a good bit of money in May. All right. The other thing that I wanted to mention is make sure you're filling out your 100 trade journals. I will be looking over some of you guys and making sure that you're doing it properly and just giving you guys some guidance on this. This is the one we created to track your trades and track your profitability and your win rate. And make sure what I would also do is to the side right here is write some of your goals. Okay. Because if you don't know where you're going, then you're never going to get there. So write some goals of what you want to accomplish in your trading. Write it out right here. How much money do you want to make? How many trades you want to take? What do you want to trade? Are you scalping? Are you swing trading? If you don't have that written down right here, you are not going to know where you're going. And then one day you're going to be, hey, well, I'm a scalper that became an investor now, and I'm going to bag hold this. And I've done that before, trust me, because I wasn't clear on what I was doing. Hit me with a 10 if you've done that before. Started off with a scalp, and then it became a long-term investment. Has that happened to you? One of the things that I've done to get over that is to make sure that I have my goals, right? And if you don't know where you're going, and if you don't know what you're doing, then you're going to end up in the wrong place. All right. Next, as always, guys, Trendspider with the scans. If you're already a Trendspider member, let them know you want to come over to Rich's affiliate and you're going to Trading Wars affiliate and you're going to get all of this. You can get all my scans. All right. As always, guys, check me out at tradingwars.com if you want to trade with us live tomorrow. If you get any one of the 3 books, you get 1 month for free in the room and you can trade with us for the whole month for free. You get the indicators for life, the upgraded ones. And if not, you can sign up right here directly. Okay. Send me the rockets on your way out if you enjoyed the stream. Hit me with the rockets real quick. Let me know if you learned something. I gave a lot. I gave you basically everything I do, guys. I don't have to hide it. So, I'm not trying to do some secret magic trick here. It is what it is. I do the same thing every week. Send me the rockets on your way out. Thank you very much, my friends. Appreciate you guys. And let's go ahead and kill it next week. All right. I hope to see you in the room tomorrow. If you want to trade with us, get your tracker, get your 100 trades done, get on the right path, guys. Stop playing games. All right. Thank you. And we'll be doing a giveaway tomorrow. Okay. Because this is, the timing here. A lot of people didn't show up. So we'll be doing a giveaway tomorrow. Okay. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.